Do you prefer Austin, or do you go by another name? Okay. Kelly Black? Okay. And you go by Kelly? Okay. Gabriel Buracker? Baracker, okay. Weren't you signed up for this course at another time, Gabriel? Back in the summer? Because I remember that name.
I was.
All right.
Anyway, circumstances, I couldn't.
Okay, okay. And you prefer Gabriel?
Gabe.
Gabe, okay. Joshua Eunice. Okay. Is that correct? Did I say that correctly? And what do you go? Do you go by Joshua? Leroy. All right. One of my favorite characters is Leroy Jethro Gibbs on NCIS. Good morning. Denise Flory? Okay, Denise, you're just in time. And do you go by Denise? Bethany Foster? Okay. You go by Bethany? All right. Ariana Gonzalez? And by Ariana? Okay. Robin Gonzalez? All right. And you go by Robin? Virginia Gordon? All right. Do you ever get kidded? Yes, Virginia, there is a Santa Claus? No? It's probably an old story. All right. Timothy Goucher? Timmy. Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. I made a transposition there. We do not want to get this incorrect, do we? Okay. And you go by Timmy. Okay. Savannah Hitt?
Stay honest.
It's what?
Stay honest.
Is that a Y?
Yes, sir.
Okay. They have put it as a V, hon. I would correct them if I were you. All right. Sayana.
Yes, sir.
And you go by Sayana?
Yes,
All right.
sir.
Okay. I'm going to take a stab at this. Skylar Klein?
Yes.
Is that correct?
Got it.
And you go by Skylar? Shamika Lovato? Okay. Ashton Lujan? And you go by Ashton? Gabriel Mestis. Did I say that correctly? And do you go by Gabriel or Gabe?
Yes, we got it.
So we have Gabe 1 and Gabe 2. All right. We'll work it out, Gabe. Dolores Montoya. Okay. Frank Morales.
Here.
Okay. And you go by Frank. Ron Navarro. Anna Patrick. Emil Perdue.
It's Emily.
Emily, okay. And you go by Emily? All right. Angela Perez? Okay, and you go by Angela?
Yeah.
All right. Kayla Perry? Justine Polanco? Is that correct, Polanco? Okay. And you go by Justine?
Yeah.
Oh, God help me on this one. Let's see. Praxedis Quintana? If I said it wrong, he wouldn't know, or she would, I don't know. Stephen Real Flores?
Yes, sir.
You go by Stephen. Ian Ramos? Is that correct? And you go by Ian? Isabella Rivera? All right. Did you go by Isabella?
I go by Izzy, but I'll
Izzy, okay, I like that better.
Okay.
Is that with a Z?
Yeah.
Okay. Patricia Roberts? All right. Do you go by Patricia or Pat?
Patricia.
Okay. Joseph Roman?
Okay.
All right. What do you prefer to be called, Joseph?
Joey.
Joey, okay. Alina, no, Alenia Romero. Is that correct, Alenia?
Yeah.
All right. And what do you prefer to be called, Alenia? Okay. Jacob Stice? Okay. And what do you prefer to be called?
Jacob, I don't want it.
Okay. I don't think we have any other Jakes in here, so you're it. And Christina Vigil. Is it Vigil or Vigil? Don't know. All right. And Nathan Wardlow. Okay. Well, let me share a little bit with you about myself. I am retired military. I spent 41 years in the military and finally decided that it was time to do something different in my life, so I retired with every anticipation of becoming a golfer on the senior tour. That's my life's ambition. Unfortunately, my wife of 41 years had other aspirations for me. So we bought a home in Pueblo West, and she wanted it all landscaped outside, and I spent a good 8 months landscaping 1.25 acres of property. Then she wanted a fence around the backyard, and I spent another 8 months building a 6-foot tall stucco wall around the backyard. And then she wanted someplace to store our RV, so I spent 3 months putting up a metal shop, 30 by 45 foot. Then she decided she wanted the basement finished, and I spent a year finishing the basement for her. And I thought, finally, golf. Now, she is not retired. So once I got all these projects completed, she comes home and says, "You're being lazy. Find yourself a job." So, I don't know how it transpired, but Dave Edwards, my supervisor, heard about me and called me and asked me to come in for an interview, and said he would like me to go on staff teaching. So that's why I'm here. I started last summer, so this will be my third semester, third time to teach this particular course as well. And it's been a most interesting course. Before you ask me individually, I was for 6 years a United States Marine, just a regular grunt. And God called me to the ministry while I was a Marine, so I got out of the Marine Corps, got my education, went back into the military as a Navy chaplain, and served for 10 years as a Navy chaplain. And then did an inter-service transfer to the Air Force, and spent 25 years as an Air Force chaplain. And when I could no longer keep up with the troops, I decided it was time to retire. My philosophy is chaplains need to be where the troops are. If they can't, they're about as useful as nipples on a boar hog. So I decided to retire and let someone younger take my place. Well, that's, a little bit about me. I'd like to just go around the room and have you, once again, just tell me your name and a little bit something about yourself. Let's start here.
I'm Denise Flory. I spent 6.5 years active duty Air Force, and I'm now reservist for the career second, and then Wing Marine. I should graduate with my associates in history this spring, with ambitions to go on a nursing school. Hopefully, maybe actually fly with planes and not just follow them around.
Okay, great, good for you.
I'm Patricia Roberts. I'm an RN. I work at the state hospital with the adolescent kids. And I'm trying to get an art degree because I want to do something different to retire with.
Okay, good for you, Patricia. Denise, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Patricia. Jake, right?
Frank.
Frank, okay. Jake's over here, Jake's behind you. Okay, Frank.
Yeah, my name's Frank Morales. This is my second degree that I'm going for. Hopefully it'll help me advance in my career. I work for the county. been there going on 7 years. I have a wife and 5 children.
Okay. Good to go.
I'm Ariana, and
Say that again.
Ariana,
Okay.
and I want to graduate with both a diploma and my associate's of arts degree.
Okay.
Joe, I'm from New York. I was in the only branch of the military that you two weren't in, or that you weren't in, Army.
You know why? You know what Army stands for?
Ain't really Marines yet.
No, ain't ready for Marines yet. But go ahead, Joe.
Like I said, I'm from New York, majoring in psychology, and I'm also an EMT, so.
Okay, good for you. Stephen, tell us about yourself.
Hi, everyone. My name is Steven Rael Flores. I also go to high school. I'm trying to get an associate's degree, and I want to pursue counseling and psychology.
I'm Kelly Black. I'm a nursing student going to my RN. I want to do wound care.
Okay.
I'm Jacob Stice. I'm trying to graduate high school, plus I get associates in criminal justice.
Okay.
I'm Timmy. I'm working on my psychology, associate psychology right now. I'll probably be doing my PhD. Do a lot of familiar faces instead of everything, other classes, so.
Okay.
I'm Robin. I'm going for cosmetology, and I'm a single mom, and I'm going to social studies.
I'm a junior Gordy. This is my first semester, and I'm going for early childhood education.
Okay, they're meeting right next door, Virginia. Okay.
My name's Emily Fred. I work at the Lucas at Tony and Jones. I have a daughter, and I'm going to school for my degree in criminal justice. I want to be like a probation officer.
Okay, good.
I'm Lula. I'm going for associate's diploma.
Okay, diploma, is that high school? Okay. I was surprised at all the high school students. You folks must really be sharp to be able to do high school and college at the same time.
I'm a kid. I'm a senior in high school, and I will have my associate's degree at the end of this semester.
You'll have your associates completed this semester?
End of this semester.
Wow. Okay. You guys put me to shame. Go ahead.
I've been with Purdue. I'm also a senior, and we'll have my associate's degree of science this May. I'm trying to get to the Air Force Academy and a competitive figure skater.
Okay. Have you talked to Scott Tipton?
Yes, I actually had an interview with him.
Good. Good. Hope that went well.
My name is Ian. I'm also a high school student. I'm a junior though. And I'm going to cardiology. I'm just going to get my pre-register.
Okay.
Hi, everybody. My name is Diana. I am also a senior, graduating this semester with my associates as well. Yay, I'm so excited. It's been a long road. I plan to go into social work when I move up to Denver. And, yeah, I'm an Army brat, very proud to be an Army brat.
Right.
Well, we're going to emphasize Army or frat?
Well, oh,
Yeah, stick
Army
one.
had to go out there too. Got that Army out there.
Okay.
I'm also a senior in high school. I'm trying to get my associate's of science and my diploma, and eventually go into dental.
Okay.
I'm Justine. I'm also a senior, and I'll be graduating with my Associate of Arts degree in May. And then I'm transferring to Oral Roberts University to get my public relations diploma.
Good. Good. ORU. Also Oklahoma.
I'm Izzy. I'm also a senior in high school, and I'm trying to get my both bachelor's in psychology and forensic chemistry.
Okay.
Skylar Klein, this is my 4th semester at CTC. I have sisters in the Navy, so Navy better. And I'm going for my Associate of Arts degree at CTC, hoping to transfer in a year to UCCS for my Bachelor of Arts in Geography and Mountain.
Okay.
I am David, and I'm a psychology major. And next year I'm going to Germany to study psychology.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Bethany, and I hope to graduate with my associate in general studies next year, and I hope to transfer to a four-year college to pursue something along the fields of English or writing or something along those lines.
I'm Austin. I'm a competitive cheerleading coach at Swiss Academy. And I want to go into business management on my own gym.
Okay.
And I'm Gabe, I'm also in the business management program, this is my second year, single father of two.
Okay.
I'm Olivia, and I want to be an anthropologist.
You want to be a what?
Anthropologist?
Oh, good.
I'm Brittany, and I'm also in high school, and I plan to go.
Now, those of you who came in late, please give me your names. Let's start with you.
Danielle.
Say the last name again. I don't have you on my roster. Griggs?
Yeah, well, I'm going to drop this one class, and I'm probably going to come to you, but just...
Okay. Do you have paperwork for that?
No. I was going to do that afterwards.
Okay. But now, there's nothing for free, Danielle.
Oh, I know.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and just spell your last name for me.
G-R-A-V-E-S.
G-R.
A-V-E-S.
And Danielle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Who else do you have? Yes.
Kayla Terry.
Kayla Terry. Okay, you are here, Kayla. Tell me something about yourself.
I like to run track.
Okay. That's the only thing interesting. You like to run track. All right. Okay. Anna Patrick. Okay. And tell us something about yourself, Anna.
I like to cook.
You and I need to get together and talk. We'll share some recipes. How does that work? Because my wife not only makes me do this, she makes me cook too.
She's just not letting you enjoy retirement, is
She
she?
is not letting me, you know, I thought retirement was something to look forward to. I'm beginning to dread it. Okay. Well, welcome this morning. You've all come to a course on comparative religions. When you hear that word, comparative religions, what goes through your mind?
Study of the different faiths of the world.
Okay, study of the different faiths of the world. For what purpose?
Broaden horizons.
Do what?
Broaden horizons.
Okay, to broaden your horizons.
Be less judgmental, so that when some of us deploy, we're, a little better understanding.
Okay, yes.
That and look and see, like, what the similarities and differences are.
Okay. What is this word right here? Commentate. Oh. This is a smart, well, I've just given it away.
Informative.
That's what this course really is. Comparative means that you set one beside another and make a value judgment, right? If you are shopping in the supermarket and there are two different types of zucchini, you make a comparison as to which is better. That's not the purpose of this course of instruction. We're not here to decide if this particular religion is better or this religion is better. It's really informative religions. And that's going to be my gift to you, to inform you about the various religions, and then let you make a decision as to which suits you best. And you're right, Denise, this is very important for those of you in the military who are deployed to other countries. You know, when you think about religion and of course a study such as what we're going to undergo here, our world has changed dramatically with the age of technology. We're no longer an isolated place. We are interconnected either through the internet or even next-door neighbors or communities within communities today. You know, there was a time when one mentioned a Buddhist that you would expect, and could rightly expect to find, you know, a Buddhist in the Far East. You did not see many Buddhists here in this country. Or if one were a Confucianist, you would be in China, but not in this country. But today, we have Buddhists in Pueblo. We have a couple of Confucianists in Pueblo. The only person or religion I can think of right now that does not exist in Pueblo, well, there's three: Jainism, Sikhism, and Zoroastrianism. All these other religions we're going to study have representatives here in Pueblo. And because we're such a technological world, and those of you perhaps going into business, you're going to be dealing with people of other cultures. The last thing you want to do in those business dealings is to do something that they regard as offensive, because then you're going to blow that deal. Or if you're in the military, the last thing you want to do is to do something that would offend someone of another culture. You're not going to blow the deal. They may blow you away. So understanding other cultures and their faith groups is important to us for a whole number of reasons. And, you know, when you think about the United States of America, we are a very diverse culture today. It used to be that we were, you know, Christian Judeo. That was the majority of our citizenry. But that is no longer true today. We are a very, very, very diverse culture. So it behooves us to know something about other faith groups. Not that we have to necessarily agree with, but so that we can communicate and not be offensive toward. For example, if you were in the Middle East, sitting down in a chair talking to another Middle Easterner, one of the worst things you could do would be this: to cross your legs and show them the sole of your foot. That's offensive to them because you're telling them they're no better than a dog, and you're ready to step on them. Another bad thing that you could do in the Middle East would be to offer someone your left hand. Now, maybe you're holding something in your right hand, so you would reach out with your left hand. And they would be extremely offended. You know why? And this goes back to ancient days. This is no longer true today, but it is a tradition that's carried over from ancient days. Do any of you remember in Scripture a little statement Jesus made? He said, if your right hand causes you to sin, cut it off. For it's better to enter into eternity maimed than into hell whole. And so all you have left is your left hand. He also made another statement. He said, if someone smites you on the right cheek, turn to him the other cheek. A lot of us don't understand that passage of Scripture. We think it means to stand there and take a beating, but it doesn't. It's not talking about being beaten up at all. What he is really saying is, don't worry about being offended or offensive remarks. Because the only way, if you're facing another person, you can strike them on the right cheek, is with the back of the right hand, which is considered a faux pas, or the palm of the left hand, which is really, really bad. Because in the Middle East, in his day, and even, you know, for a few other centuries, the right hand was used for eating and socializing. The left hand was used for bodily functions. They didn't have Charmin, folks. So this hand was used for other things. And they also didn't have tidy wipes. So you did not offer this hand, and you didn't put this hand in the common dish either to pick out a fig leaf. It would get cut off real quick. So a lot of little things that you'll learn in this course of instruction that will help you better understand other cultures and their religions. Because, I think this will work, it's no longer just a matter of reading about, oops, went the wrong way. It's no longer just a matter of reading about strange and faraway lands, because today in just almost any major metropolis you want to go to, you'll find Hindu temples, you'll find Muslim mosques, you'll find Zen centers of meditation, you'll find Christianity and Judaism. You'll find just a conglomeration of different things. Oh, I do need to ask you, do all of you have a textbook? Wow, you've got the new one?